All right, this episode of Whiskey Riff Raff brought to you by Lainey Wilson's new album, Sayin What I'm Thinkin. Awesome album. We just listened to it. It's out. Technically right now it's not out, but when people listen to this, it's out.
Yes.
Links are everywhere to buy it. It's a great album, 12 songs. We felt a lot of vibes from it that kind of came from other artists as well. And then we saw Jay Joyce was on it, producing it. There's a lot of cool, if you're an Eric Church fan, I think this is the one. If you haven't given Lainey a chance to get into it. So
oh man,
I think that's a good jumping off point, because Wes and I were talking about the Jay Joyce thing. God. And you had a few songs.
Yeah, well, we got the vinyl a little bit early so we could do this. So I threw it on the other day, and I'm just kind of listening while I'm making dinner and stuff. And then I start hearing, I mean, it's got a little bit of that Eric Church, Ashley McBride, kind of Jay Joyce flavor going on there. And then I walked over to the sleeve and I'm like, son of a bitch, Jay Joyce is on there.
I'm telling you, isn't he so cool? He's so badass. I mean, he just like, and the cool part about it too, guys, is like he really like took the time to like get to know me before, and like my personality, and like just me as a person, and kind of, you know, the vibe. At you. And he just sprinkled his Jay Joyce fairy dust on it, and then it just like he pours it in a pot, and that's what it is.
I hate that I just used the word vibes a minute ago, because there was like a word that we said, fuck this word, like remember, like vibe like a couple of years ago, vibes, but I was like, that just came out naturally though.
Well, I'll probably be saying vibe a whole bunch. So
your TikTok is blowing up, so you see the young people, the lingo on there and stuff. So it's like I feel like I'm getting too old for the TikTok world.
Hey,
you're really good at
TikTok.
You're really good at TikTok. You know what you're doing. Like it's entertaining. We try to do some more original stuff, but then it gets hard, so we start uploading like just like videos that we kind of like have and stuff. But
look,
is that a whole other part of your day? Is like TikTok?
Yes, well, before like my co-writes and stuff, I try to just get up an hour or two sooner and just do the dang thing, because it is time consuming. I mean, it's like, you know, you do have to make time for it. But the crazy thing is, a lot of the ones that like I just do spur of the moment are the ones that end up getting the most traction. So I'm like, maybe I don't need to set a time for it. Maybe I just need to do the damn thing. And there's one app after another coming out, and I'm just trying to keep up. But it has been good. I mean, I feel like I've definitely got some fans from it, and it's good.
Yeah, that's good. I was going to ask, do you think it's helping you grow your fan base, or is it like, God damn it, that's another thing I got to do?
I'm not going to lie. At first I was like, shit.
Because the label's got to be like, Lainey, you got to get on TikTok. You got to get on TikTok. And you're like, fucking thing I got.
Yeah. Well, yes, it has been interesting to see, like, you know, a lot of the TikTok followers will actually like go over to Instagram, and they'll follow you on other platforms too. It's been cool. I mean, at least I can get on there and act a fool and just be myself, and you know, it don't have to be too serious. That's the good thing about it. But you know, because there's a lot of other things where you kind of got to be. So TikTok is something. I'll be on there for hours, and then
when we were doing them more often, and he's actually in Colorado now, so I'm living in Colorado. He's visiting right now. But when we were both still in Chicago, we would, all right, we're gonna do a TikTok today. So we would have an idea. I would tell my wife, like, all right, we're working on a TikTok. It's whatever. And I would come home like drunk, and like 2 hours late or 3 hours late from when I was said I would come home, and I'm like, and then I show her, it's like this 15-second video of like me kicking up my like Luke Combs Crocs and like beer cans. That's it. I'm like, no, seriously, it took 3 hours.
This took 3 hours
to get it.
I'm telling you. Yeah, the ones where you like throw the bell bottoms and they like land on you, like that kind of stuff, that takes forever. And then I might get 2 likes on that one, the one that I spent 3 hours on.
I almost sometimes am like, is this even worth us figuring out how people do this?
There'll be something new tomorrow.
Well, I know, right? So I was going to ask though, because your talent stands alone. Obviously you're not a TikTok person, like you're just good at it. But there is a huge, I don't even know what the word is, but like there's like people getting signed to labels now because of a horrendous pop country TikTok song, goes viral. They get signed to a label because a label can game that system just quickly enough to make some money, get them on iTunes. No fans. These people don't have real fans. We know that. And for us, and we're not like old crusty guys, like it's annoying. Like like speaking of Eric Church and the people that, or whoever, like grassroots fans that kind of come from years of touring and years of albums and putting yourself out there and meeting fans and doing all these things. To me, that's always the most meaningful with music. And TikTok is kind of like, in a lot of ways, I feel like strips that away, and it just becomes a quick for these labels to make a quick buck. Is it a little like, it's fun?
It's interesting.
That side of it, you're like, that kind of sucked. Like, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, like a lot of my friends who have busted their tails, you know, for years and years, just grinding it out, just playing, you know, every chance that they possibly can. And then, you know, something like this comes along, and it's, but the thing is, you know, things change and you got to keep up with the time. So whatever that means, like, you know, if I hear somebody talk about it, I just encourage them. I'm like, I mean, people are getting on there. You got to do it. If that's what's working right now, like, you know, it doesn't mean that you have to sell your soul. But at the end of the day, it just means like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, you know? So, and yeah, because that's what's happening right now. You know, people are going viral and they're getting record deals. And there's a lot of people on the sidelines who have been working for years and they're not. And that's just the cold hard truth. And it sucks, but that's just the way it is right now.
Well, and right now you can't really tour at all.
Yeah.
You like go down to
Texas.
Billy Bob's in Texas or something like that. But like, so if you're one of those people who's typically a road warrior and you're doing, you know, however many dates a year, earning fans, you know, 5, 10 at a time, playing dive bars, like you literally can't do that right now. So
no, you can't.
is like maybe an alternative. I don't know if you're going to get the same kind of fan, but
I don't know either. I mean, at the end of the day, I think a handshake and a hug around the neck means a whole lot more. I mean, for me at least, I feel like I've made like my like hardcore like fans, you know, just from like meeting them and getting to know them and them getting to know me. And I think that's really like, you know, the root of it. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see, you know, if TikTok will be such a big platform for people getting signed after we get back to playing shows.
Yeah, I mean, you have a song on here, Keeping Bars in Business, right? And it's not necessarily maybe 100% obviously with what's going on, but the title alone sticks out because of what's going on with small businesses and bars, and Nashville, you see it as well. And how has that been for you? Like, just to see I mean, was it Exit In right now in Nashville is for sale. And these venues might not stay open.
Yeah. No, it's heartbreaking, man. It's like,
do you have any idea for when you might actually have at least a little bit of a consistent stretch of shows, or is it just kind of like a one-off, which we're seeing with Billy Bob's, which is awesome, like socially distanced stuff, and like Miranda's going there, like big names are going there just like
for like a week
because there's like nowhere else to go.
Basically.
Texas is like,
well, right now it's looking like we've got a stretch of shows in June. Hopefully that actually sticks. I know that a few of the shows that we already had on the books have already, you know, rescheduled, but they're coming back more dates, and, you know, fingers crossed that we can get back to work. My band needs to work. I think people need music for their soul. I know we all gotta, you know, abide by the rules and all that. It's time. But, you know, I think when it does happen, y'all, people are going to be so excited to be at a dango. It's going to be like, everybody's going to be crying and
right. Was there any hesitation to put out an album when knowing you couldn't really tour behind it the way you'd like to?
You know, I've had this record done for quite a while, and, you know, we put out an EP, and, you know, a lot of these songs are kind of going into the record. And I was at the point where I was like, people need music, you know?
All right. So we're back. We had a little technical difficulty. Actually leads into a question or the random thing I had. Nashville weather. We posted this video, like Nashville gets an inch of snow and you guys can't even like walk out of your house without falling and breaking your tailbone on the
You're damn right.
What in the
heck no.
I know you're from Louisiana, right? But like,
It's snowing there too, right? Though on the
It is snowing there. You know, we haven't got snow in Louisiana since like 2000. It was like New Year's Eve 2000, and we got a few inches, and everybody snowed in. I mean, it's crazy.
what's it with every year Nashville gets snow, and then every year all these artists are like posting on Twitter like it's the first time they've ever seen snow. What is like? What's the? It's so
Because for
annoying.
people like me, it's probably true.
No,
I
mean,
did
I
go
haven't
snow
seen,
skiing
like,
once.
I'll bust Chris Young's balls on this. He's like in the snow for. I'm like, it's an inch of snow, dude. Like, relax.
Look, here's the thing. Look, people can't drive as it is here. I mean, I get terrible road rage, but when we get a little bit of rain or a whole lot of snow like this, like I am not trying to get out there. Like this ain't, I mean, everybody, like the whole grocery store is picked over. People are acting like it's the end of the world.
It's just buying hot dog buns and toilet paper.
But part of it's like they don't have like stiff salt trucks in Nashville, like or plows. I feel like there's a lot of
Actually, I
trucks
saw a
in
plow going down
Texas
my
now.
road the other day. So I don't know. I
It's-
didn't know they existed here.
It's funny to me though, just kind of see the.
I mean, in Chicago, I'm digging out my car with like 3 feet of snow and a shovel, and I'm like, it's fine. I'll just get out of here. And then people in Nashville are like, well, I'm not going to go to work for the next 6 weeks.
No,
because-
I'm telling you, it's bad. It kind of is ridiculous. You're right.
Well, you mentioned road rage. I don't know if you were probably not serious about it, obviously, but we've posted some road rage videos, like actual ones, because they're just like funny sometimes. We posted one that went viral in Idaho, and the guys are just beating the hell out of each other. Then they stand up and they like shake each other's hands and say, "Hey, have a good day," and they walk away. You actually seen it in Nashville or no? Any road rage?
No, I haven't, but I heard this horror story a few years back. This this conversation's taking a turn, but there was these two guys had road rage. They were getting off on the White Bridge exit, and they stopped next to each other, and one of them had a hammer and threw it into the other guy's window, and it did not end well.
You saw that?
I didn't see it. No, I saw it on the news, but it was right here in Nashville. I'm just glad it wasn't me.
That's a good one.
I mean,
every now and then,
yeah.
like, yeah, it's a guy in a pickup truck that just got off work, and then he goes and pulls out like the crowbar or whatever he has.
He's got a chainsaw back there.
Dear God.
Do you see a
Yeah.
difference in Nashville right now, just after COVID, and then like obviously right now some of the weather was bad, but do you feel like in just like kind of the DNA of Nashville is a little different? Just
It does. It feels different. I'm definitely ready for it to go back to somewhat normal. I mean, I don't know if it'll ever be completely normal, but yeah, I mean, the whole, I'm about to say it, the whole vibe is different.
I don't feel left out.
No, it is. I mean, you know, Nashville is such a community, and it's just really like a big old family. It's like the smallest town, big city, you know, and it's considering you can't really see a whole lot of people and do that, it definitely feels different. But like I said, I think when it comes back, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. A quick question about Nashville too. We've talked about this. I don't know if we talked about it with you in terms of kind of like sometimes the head or like the eyes over the shoulder element. People are trying to all look good and then go get a coffee all dressed up. And so your hat, that's a very popular hat. But now I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, should there be a rule like you have to be on a record label to wear that hat? There's a lot of people, there's a lot of people that have less Spotify listens than the guy playing at Potbelly's that wear that hat. And I don't think you can wear that hat if you're the guy playing at
No,
Potbelly's.
there absolutely should be some rules and regulations to wear this hat.
Because it's you like anybody who wears that, I'm like, whoa, okay, that person is famous. I don't know. Okay.
We're just tricking people. Yeah, no, everybody walks around with these things on. I think right when you put it on your head, you automatically feel a little cooler. So I get it. I get why people want to wear them, but yeah, I think there should be some rules to it.
Well, you also rock the bell bottoms too, which
True.
I don't know too many people in country music that can really do that like you do. And you've even talked about having like bell bottom country is kind of like your signature style. Like talk a little bit about kind of what that, I'm going to say it now, we'll do the trifecta, the vibe of bell bottom country is.
I'll tell you what the vibe is. So basically, bell bottom country is the best way for me to explain it is country with a flair. I mean, I'm a sucker for throwback things, whether it's music, clothes, just everything throwback. I feel like it comes with a good story, and I'm also a sucker for a good story. So, yeah, bell bottom country, fresh but familiar. That's the best way for me to explain my vibe.
Well, I like the fact that you have a vibe that's no, I'm sorry. But there's an element that's very unique and like it seems authentic. So we've always
Thank
talked
you.
about like authenticity and
Yeah.
but what gets annoying that the hat, to go back to the hat thing, is like a lot of people tend to just see another person who has some success. Oh, they wore that big fancy hat. I should go get that big.
You got to earn this hat.
Or there was that phase too where every guy in Nashville would send us these press releases and these terrible songs, and every picture he's wearing a key on a necklace, just a key. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right?
Yes, I know exactly which boys you're probably talking about.
Yeah. And I'm like, what is this?
They need to quit. They need
What
to
is
quit.
this? Like this. And
Literally, they all look just alike walking around Nashville.
fake it
It's
till
the
you make it, but
funniest
then yeah, you all look the same. You look like a vanilla ice cream. Like it's like mix it up a little.
Well, even like you said about earning the hat, like with this new album, do you feel like now this is kind of like the coming of age moment in Lainey Wilson's career where she's like turning it around? She's earned this like big
Yes.
moment in a sense.
Yes, I'm ready. Like, you know, even last year, I thought I was ready. You know, even when I was just little trying to do the thing, I thought I was ready. But I truly do feel like now's my time. And you know, it's been a journey for sure, but the timing feels right. And it feels like all the hard work and years, because, you know, I have been in Nashville for 10 years in August. It feels like everything's kind of coming to fruition, and it makes me feel like I hadn't been completely crazy all these years thinking I was going to be okay.
Right. Well, they say Nashville's like a 10-year town. Like that's the expression. Is like, have you felt that hard? Like,
Yeah. Well, first of all,
some
let's
people
just get
pop
this
off on
straight.
TikTok, like we said.
Good Lord. Yes. I heard it at first. I heard it was a 7-year town, and then 7 years passed me up, and I was like, oh shit. So then I heard through the grapevine it was 10 years. I was like, maybe they're right. It does feel like a 10-year town. I'm gonna claim it.
We were talking before about people that had a slow climb to like superstardom, and like a Dierks Bentley comes up pretty often because that was such a consistent. When we were in college, we would go see him. He played my county fair when I was in high school.
Wow.
And I'm 32 now, so it's like it's been, and then he's headlining the festivals a few years ago finally. But you're like, oh, that's, whether you like it, like somebody's music or not, part of country that I like has always been that. It's not very common for like a one-hit wonder to kind of happen. It's just like work.
For sure.
And then I think the 10-year town element, 70 or whatever, it's spot on because it just takes time to build like grassroots fans that kind of like, if radio doesn't exist, which probably will be the case at some point, you need that. You need the people kind of just pulling your wagon ahead and doing it on Spotify or whatever the next thing's going to be. We're going to have a brain chip in our head. Elon Musk is going to be, and we're just
ain't nobody putting a chip in my head.
You might not have any choice in the matter.
I'll hide.
And then you're just going to think, oh, play Lainey Wilson, Things a Man Ought to Know, and then boom, it just plays in your head.
Maybe, you know, what'd be really cool is if as soon as they played it, they would actually know everything a man ought to know.
I mean, that's
just boom.
That song, even just a title of that song though makes me think of a funny, like the Justin Moore song Beta Hook back in the day, right?
Oh yeah.
And there's like, there's a lot of problems these days with what guys do know, right? Like it's just like a lot. Like a guy doesn't know how to unclog a toilet anymore, right?
Oh my gosh,
Or can you just have a Coors Banquet? Beautiful beer, a simple beer without getting off.
I should have known to get me a drink.
We
always do every time.
You did this last time and you ran off and you went and got one. So go ahead if you want to.
Okay, stay there.
All right, Lainey's. Should should put like a little like fake emoji right here.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that in post. We'll
We're gonna put a little fake emoji in your chair when you left.
Y'all should.
Be back soon.
What is that, Jack?
Yeah, I figure I
I
just.
mean, that's right. That right there, an empty bottle of Jack at the house. I mean, I respect that.
I'm just gonna sip it.
Oh, I tweeted something about Jack the other night. What's your thought on this? And a lot of people were saying how Jack's super overrated. It's just used as like a buzzword for like songs. I was like, no, like we actually drink it, like enjoy it. I guess some people tend to say it makes him a little violent, but
Black Label, you know?
Yeah. First of all, in my opinion, whiskey is whiskey. That's what I think about it. It all does the same job. So.
You're not exactly a connoisseur of the finer,
Is
the
it bad again?
pappies of the world.
yeah. Have you had any of the really expensive stuff?
I have one time out in California. It was some fancy stuff. Like I think the one bottle I drank from was like a $1,500 bottle of whiskey. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to drink it.
I didn't really notice the difference when we had it.
Yeah, it's all lost on me. It's all lost on me. Like, yeah, a little smoother, maybe not as smooth. That's kind of where it ends for me. Like, I'm like, I don't know. Whiskey, it's whiskey,
Yeah.
right? Getting back to things a man ought to know, was there any things that you wanted to put in that song where you're like, maybe I shouldn't say that part?
Yeah. How to put the toilet lid down.
Oh yeah.
There's a long list. Honestly, when we wrote the song, we sat around and we talked about all the funny things that we thought a man ought to know, like how to change the oil in his truck, how to even drink whiskey. I mean, all the kind of silly things like that. But honestly, at the end of the day, that's not what the song's about. The song's about having good character, and it's about treating people the way that you want to be treated, and the golden rule. And that ain't something that just a man ought to know either. That's something that we all should know, especially in times like today. Cheers.
Cheers.
I drink to that.
And the last thing, I'll let you have the last word about the new album. Anything you want to say to your fans? I know you're excited about the album and wanting to see them out on the road again. So we have about a couple months into this new year, which so far hasn't felt that new, but
Yep.
new album and hopefully new kind of horizons that coming to, touring and whatever that might be. So
Absolutely. Yes. I can't wait to see every single one of y'all and hug your necks and be done with this mess. But in the meantime, just keep your head up. I'm hoping this record, you can turn it on, escape, or go through all the emotions that you need to go through. So just know that you're not alone. We in this thing together. I love y'all and I miss y'all and can't wait to see you.
perfectly said. Lainey, thank you so much.
Thanks again, Lainey. We appreciate you.
Yeah, and hopefully we can
Thanks,
see
guys.
live soon and have a drink in person. And
Let's do that. Yeah, that'd be great.
awesome. Thanks, Lainey.
All right, guys, be good.
See ya.
Thank you.